All right. We are here with Ojer Talk Deepest Foundation. It's a 6 mana 6/6 that triples your token generation, which is pretty cool. This is absolutely insane. It is probably overkill. It is also probably worse than Riz the Redeemed, but I'm on a token flow right now, and I'll be gosh darned if I don't try it. Riz the Redeemed was not very good at all, and this cost 6 times as much mana. So this ability is neat. You can think of it as kind of a reverse Riz the Redeemed, because Riz the Redeemed copies all of your tokens for a 6 mana ability, right? So it's like you have that ability later. This is kind of the same thing, except you don't have an early Riz, which means you also can't play Mox Amber, which Mox Amber is quite useful, right? Especially when your commander costs 1 mana. Stuff like that is quite notable. But on the bright side, if it dies, it's not too difficult to have it come back. It never has commander tax. It always just comes back after you attack with 3 creatures. If you get hit by a sweeper, you're going to have to rebuild, and then you're going to have to swing. There's no haste in this deck, so that means when you go to recover, you probably don't have a board. So you develop a board, you pass back to the opponent, and then it comes to you again, and then you can bring this out of the thing, out of its land side. So it isn't like the green one. This one, it doesn't necessarily survive a sweeper, quote unquote, because it isn't coming back the next turn, usually. Because again, if you got hit by a board wipe, you don't have creatures to actually swing and trigger the thing. So that is notable. It also costs 6 mana, so we're getting deep into a game. We really need mana rocks. I really think so. So any mana rock that I think worth playing that helps you get to 6 mana is probably something you need to do, which means a chunk of my deck is just interested in actually casting my commander, which is not ideal. And the things I'm doing in the meantime are not too exciting. There might even be a way to make this have board wipes in it. Just because you might not do that much until 6 mana when you cast this. Because if you've cast all your token stuff early, well, guess what? Now you don't have anything in your hand that makes tokens. You've played them all. And if you hold them, so this is in play, and then you play them, well, guess what? You didn't do anything until you played this. And now you start playing the cards that make tokens out of hand. So it's really, really awkward and does not play too well in a 1v1 format because you don't have other people like normal Commander giving you time to just develop in a slower game. This Commander is probably too slow. And again, I will make the argument it is probably worse than Riz the Redeemed, and Riz the Redeemed is one of the worst commanders I've played, which is very unfortunate. But I like I said, I'm on a token flow. I crafted all the token cards, and a bunch of them were white, and I'm not done trying them. Still want to play the cards, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's basically the white half of Riz the Redeemed. Don't really have to talk about all those cards, and then some additional things, Settle the Wreckage, stuff like that. Monastery Mentor. I don't know if I put this in Riz, but there are a lot of non-creature spells that I'm casting, which is totally fine. Every single protection spell under the sun, Brave the Elements included. All the indestructible spells, literally everything to avoid board wipes. That doesn't mean they'll do much, but I think it's something to take note of. Same with, I think, this card. So my commander starts as a god, so that's pretty cool, right? You sack this, your god is indestructible. Now this comes back on its own anyways, but you know what? If your commander has the god creature type, you might as well play this land here. You might as well. Cavernous Souls, Naming God, obviously getting around counter spells, not anything fancy there. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Just mono white tokens in the most insane way possible. I still think Mondrak is probably better, right? Doubling is probably good enough. This costs way less mana. And if you wait till turn 5 or 5 mana, you can just make it indestructible immediately. And this is way more problematic than this, probably. But I've never seen anyone play this against me, ever. and I'm willing to try it. So, like, comment, subscribe. Let's see how we do. Oh, also, I didn't want to craft the things until I, like, showed what I was crafting for the deck, so it's just Blade Splicer. I think I owned everything else already, so let's roll. Okay, I missed a land. I'm not beating this. Alright, you got it. Whatever. They just unsummon stuff again. Yep, this is a complete joke. Complete joke. There's nothing I can do. Oh, they're copying it? Of course they are. Yep, look at that. Literally can't get anything done. Just lost 2 lands and 2 mana rocks. This game is probably completely over. And there it goes. Yep, of course. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Banefire would do it. My opponent just has Banefire. Okay, yep. Card I've never seen in my life, but there it is. Alright. Oh, I'm just dead. Excuse me, I'm just dead. This comes in tapped. Yep, alright. You got it. Alright, we are 0 and 5. First sliver. And this was a game where my opponent completely wasted a sweeper. They just completely wasted this turn, like 3 or something, for no reason, and it didn't matter. This doesn't stop anything. Yep, whatever. I deal with my opponent's commander, and then suddenly they have literally nothing but 7s and 6 drops in their mono blue deck. And on the 3rd time, you get angels, and they're just 4/3s. They're not, like, winning, excuse me, they're not just winning the game, so that is a very weak commander. But I do like it. I've never seen it. I've never seen that commander. It leads to interesting play patterns. I like what I saw. Let him cook. Let him cook, I say. Meows, meows. Chromatic Star? What are you doing? Why are you being toxic? Let's play this. Alright, Adeline is a card. It's not a very exciting card, but it is a card. I will play it. Will I? Yeah, I can play this too, right? 1, 2... Yeah, I can play everything. What am I talking about? I'm tripping. Alright, this is as good as an opener as it is going to get, other than a sweeper for my opponent's commander, which I did not have, so... This is a very good spot to be in. It's just a matter of it being good enough. That is a sweeper. I would have been pretty happy to see that earlier. Okay, so let's play our commander. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Whew. I was going to be upset. Alright, look at that. Triple 1/1s. We did it. Perfect curve. Ideal scenario. This is the best game I've had. This is above and beyond the best strategy, or best opener I've had. My opponent notably did not... Oh, this is not the artifact one. I thought this is the one that taps for artifacts, or the Giora. Create a token, there's another artifact. Okay, sure, sure. I see. That's my bad. This is a very tough thing to deal with. Copying a Mole Drifter? Nope. Just letting it go. Alright. Think we won. This was just the most solid thing I've done. Look at that. Yep, swing with literally everything. Opponent has to chump block with their commander, and then they need... I don't even know. None of the red sweepers... Oh, they're just dead. Oh. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh. We did it. Oh, chat, we did it. We beat somebody with an actual opener, a back and forth. It was just an awesome opener. Look at that. This is the Mona Lisa right here. This is the, let it all sink in. This is the Mona Lisa of Ojer talk, because I will never do this again. But let him cringe. Esper Sentinel is probably my best card too. This is probably as good as it's gonna get. I have rocks too. Like, yeah, this is probably as good of a hand as I can ask for against Sauron. Who knows if it's good enough? But it's really good because of this Sentinel. How did that make sense? What did I cast that tapped it? What? What am I not understanding? Guess I'll respect Orcish Bowmasters. I tapped it with the Springleaf Drum? What did I cast? How do I not remember that? That's kind of weird. Alright, well, I got nothing to... I can't help but believe you, but that's kind of odd. Oh, tapping is part of the activation cost. Wait. Well, yeah, then it always comes in tapped. Yeah, there's no way to avoid that. This is always coming in tapped. Activate 3. Yeah, you can't avoid that. This always comes in tapped. Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. Don't you get witty with me. Don't you give me logic. Okay. They blew up my mana rock, because of course they did. So we do this. Name white. I could name... Wait, no, I have to name black now, because I got despark that I can't cast. Good thing I caught that. Because I can swing... and do nothing. Pedantic, yeah. Alright, so my opponent's looking for lands. Makes sense. I don't think they played a land last turn. They did not. They must have drawn this. Or maybe they didn't, and Bedevil was just too important, because it would shut down my commander. So, yeah, I guess I would Bedevil there, too. It even lets me draw. They find Burr. Nice. I don't feel confident in holding this. I need to spend my mana. Actually, I guess I could play this one. It's just slightly less things token related. It's kind of the same effect, though. Okay, so I didn't draw a land. Why would I? I can play this, and I will. I will put... Hey, that's pretty good. Put that under it. Alright, so we got a bunch of tokens that demand tokens stay in play. Sauron doesn't like sweepers that much. It'd blow himself up, but there's still sweepers in there, and there's a sweeper, of course. Oh look, an indestructible card. Alright, I will now play my commander. You must kill this. Probably. You probably must kill it. Sort of. And my opponent does. Of course they do. Okay, decline. Play you, and then pass again. Alright, that was pretty good. It's probably the best case scenario for that card. Keeping Elesh Norn alive is pretty useful. Big score? What? That is really weird to me. Alright, I don't hate it. So let's despark you. And then let's play Skrelv's Hive. And then play nothing? Actually not sure what to do now. I swing, I get a token. Token's not attacking or anything. Yeah, I guess I just flash in Raise the Alarm so I can get this going. And then once I flip this, I can actually sack the tokens to Elesh Norn. And this struggles with enchantments. And this is a pretty good flipped enchantment, so... If they play Sauron, I don't... Okay. Come on! Come on! Please! I just want to play my cards. Dude, this is so bad. Alright, it's fine, it's fine. I still get to do my thing. Come on! Come on! No! Wait, what are you doing? You killing my token? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't flip my thing, but that's fine. I'll take that. I thought this was a counterspell and I lose even more tokens, which would be really bad. Okay, I think I need to crack this thing here. I need action. That is kind of action, but not like the actioniest of actionsness. But the attack is free, so I do it. And I guess I play Crowbar, or do I play my whole hand? I think I just play Crowbar. Yes? You know what? With this Rousing, I probably really should play this card. I probably should play this, so I'm going to play that. With the Rousing, I must play it. My opponent has no cards either, so like there's no sweeper or anything like that. I just gotta play my cards. My opponent can't swing, but we are dying pretty quickly. I can't use my Crowbar for anything useful. Hey, this is actually pretty solid too. I name white, right? All my white creatures get +1/+1. I don't know if that wins a race for me. These are green and white, right? Okay, so I'll play this. I give them a thingy, but that's actually totally fine. White. And then I send in. Unbelievable. Can you just go a turn without doing something, opponent? I just need like one win. Can I just get one win, please? What is happening? Alright. Well, I mean, this is a thing. I get this next turn, right? Like, this is a thing still, and it's extremely powerful. But, I mean, I guess I can't beat top decks like that. It's just not really in the cards there. Alright, I did it. I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know how. Okay, so I'm 2 in like 15. I've only won 2 games. So I came back and I'm just adding every single board wipe, and I will develop tokens after Ojer is in play. So turn 6 onwards, or depending on how many Mana Rocks I've played. And then from there, I might be able to do something, because I'm losing the board so often and so much that when I start to get to doing things, it's too late and I'm dead. So I'm going to try to slow it down, sweep my opponent for days, and then start making tokens. Because making normal tokens without this in play anyways isn't really all that exciting and kind of useless. It's just like all your payoff is coming before your commander can make it good. So if I can just hold the things and slow the board down and stuff like that, I think that's fine. Which means I can play more expensive, slower, token-related cards like Platoon Dispenser, Wormcoil, and Ugin. Actually, I'm not even sure if these are tokens. They are tokens. I have no idea which one gets the card, but I'm pretty sure this works with your commander. At the very least, we have a 6-mana Vindicate, so nowhere to go but up. You got it. You sure do got it. Whatever you've got, it is working for you, my friend. This is a weird hand, but I don't hate it. This is a hand where I can probably just play these early and not be too upset. I'll play Skrelv first. I'll play Skrelv first. I think that's fine. Okay, play you. Pass. This isn't bad. I kind of like this position. I can protect my Palladium Mirror very well as well. It's very nice. Okay. I don't even know if I agree with this, actually. But my opponent did it. So who cares what I think. Alright, so I can get my commander in play next turn, which is absolutely massive. Dummy huge, if you will. And then we pass. Alright, Giver of Runes, I need you to be totally busted. I don't have that many tokens, but it doesn't take many when you're playing this. So there's that. That is a protection from black angle is what that is. I should cast this right now so I don't get into trouble. And then you know what? I'll explore these tokens. Why not? Seems fun. Settle, I don't need that. And I'll do it on a different one. I guess I'll take that. That's actually not bad. Alright, good spot to be in. Opponent's commander dies, they conjure that. Don't really care. No biggie. My opponent left their commander in the graveyard. That's interesting. I guess I don't want to see Meat Hook for 3. Okay. Or I guess Crux of Fate would be an issue as well. Okay, sure. This is all submissive and beatable. Let us swing with every... Okay. Kill my commander. You'll have to lose your whole board. I think that's fine. Especially with this Virtue showing up. I think this is totally reasonable. They do. They do actually do it. Okay. This is a legendary land, right? You know, that is, in fact, a legendary land. You do not get a second one. But now what do you get? you get some 4/3s. Alright, so decline, put that back into the thing. I want to get some angels, I guess. Or, oh no, they get it next time, I see. Let us do this. And then I can actually untap my mirror for more mana, but I can't use it, Sag. That would have been kind of cool. Palladium mirror with Halo Fountain's really funny. But I can't utilize the mana, it was one short. This is one of the few things that taps for 2 that this can actually tap. There's very few things that do that. Actually, this might be the only one in the game? No. There's others. Maybe in mono white this might be your only option, but there's some green ones. I haven't really thought about it that way. Untapping mana dorks that tap for more than 1. I've never had that be a thing before. I don't need the Palladium mirror anymore. My opponent has to deal with the board. That's what they really have to do. Enchantment in a land. Instead create 2 4/3s. Okay. Your commander has to die a whole bunch for this to be a thing, which is a really tall ask. Gain life equal to its toughness. Okay. Sure. I like it. I like it. Kind of neat. Looks like they didn't have anything, though. Unfortunate. Let us play swingies. Oh no, this was lethal. I'm stupid. Doesn't matter. My opponent's just so dead here. There's really nothing they can do. I'm just making so many tokens, and yeah, they're. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I guess I did miss lethal. I should have actually played this card. I think it'd be the first time I've ever played it too. But yeah, they need a board wipe, and they didn't seem to have one, so I don't think they're coming out of this. Even with a board wipe, actually, dead with a sleeper actually is pretty useful for them here. So yeah, missing lethal there was obviously very stupid of me, but I didn't get punished. So this was probably worse than Riz the Redeemed. I think I had said that at the start, but I performed worse than Riz the Redeemed did. Not by much, but I only won 4 games, and one of those wasn't really even a real win, but yeah, you must auto-concede to the first sliver. That's just a pill you gotta swallow. I love token strategies. I love them so much. I think they're really fun. They're moderately linear. You have a pretty good chance of just going crazy if you're left alone, right? That's like the upside, but that can't really be because one-on-one, your opponent only has you as a focus. All bad things that happen to you are to you because your opponent only has one opponent. This is not multiplayer. So everything your opponent has is going to be thrown at you, which means even things as innocent as like a Doomblade absolutely rock your world. I play this at 6. It gets hit by Doomblade. It turns into a land. And I have maybe 1 or 2 tokens sitting there, and I try to swing. I try to make more tokens to swing and flip this back, so I can start making a bunch of tokens. And that just did not matter. Also, making a bunch of tokens wasn't even that good as is. If I'm tripling tokens, like let's say I make a 2-mana 6/6, flash 2-mana 6/6. I got 3 2/2s. I play the Virtue, now I've got 9. I've got 3 3/3s. With Vigilance or whatever. Like, that's cool, but 3 3/3s is not good enough, right? Like, what I was doing, even when I started to go off and do the thing I was trying to do, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't even close. The best card in this deck, full stop, was Swords to Plowshares, because answering my opponent's commander when they played it was really good. By that logic, it would probably make perfect sense to also play the other thing that taxes your opponent's commander, Curse of Silence. That probably should have been in here. Someone brought it up earlier. I actually forgot about putting it in until just now. That is literally, just looking at the list right now, I'm telling you that's the best card in the deck. Swords, Plowshares, and I guess now Curse of Silence, because they essentially do the same thing, tax your opponent's commander, and get you out of a problem. It can slow down the first sliver. Maybe that buys you some time. Esper Sentinel drawing 5 cards is still probably not good enough to beat something like the first sliver, but it's better than nothing. I don't have really any life gain other than Worm Coil, and that comes in really late. So aggressive strategies like red ones and stuff, you don't really have a way to stabilize, which mono white you would assume that's one thing you're really good at, but you have to devote a lot of your deck to token generation, otherwise why is this in your command zone? The sweepers for days and then casting tokens after I've played a bunch of sweepers did feel like a better decision. That makes my early game maybe a little bit more removal centric. Actually, it probably could even be more removal than I had. Not just board wipes, excuse me. Again, you must play Mana Rocks. I don't ever see this commander working at all without Mana Rocks. Just like Gandalf and Eleshnorn. I believe those two are mono. Yeah, those are the mono white ones, and they both really like Mana Rocks. This is no exception. This is probably even more demanding because it costs more than those do. It's a 6-drop. Sure, it can come back for free, but again, you're not really surviving a sweeper. So when you get your board swept, you don't have any creatures to swing with this and flip it back. And taking an additional turn after developing tokens to do that is also extremely difficult, and your opponent could, at that point, almost ignore you. You have now devoted a card out of hand, or whatever, to generate more tokens to create attackers so this can come back. So whatever made those tokens did not get tripled because this was dead. So now you finally flip it, you get this back. Let's say you sacrifice tokens on attack because your opponent could probably just block the 1/1s you've made. You now have this in play, but now you have even less cards in hand to actually make tokens with because you had to commit cards to doing that. Now, if this is just a problem because we're in Historic and we don't have access to every single token card in Magic, right, in mono white, we don't have enough. I'll tell you right now, there's not enough in mono white to get this to work. With that being said, if I did have access to every card, this could probably be better, but I don't. I'm just limited to what's on Magic Arena in this specific format. If you're playing Magic Online and you're playing normal EDH, this is 10 times better. You can actually be a scary, threatening force, but in this format, not really. Right? If you don't have Cavernous Souls, right? If I didn't have Cavernous Souls, this just wasn't going to resolve. I don't have any way to stop my opponent from just slamming me with counter spells over and over. There's just nothing I can do about that. I can play Reprieve and Mana Tithe, and that's really about it. There might be 1 or 2 additional cards that in mono white that can maybe help with counters, but nothing substantial. A 6-mana mono white commander, if you get hit by Tail's End, it doesn't even become a land, right? It goes back to the command zone, and now it costs 8 mana. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Someone said it was like a $20 card on paper, and again, that's because it's paper. This is completely impossible. This is worse than Riz Redeemed. It explains why I have not once seen Ojer Talk played against me. I have seen Riz Redeemed. It's been a while, but I have not seen this one. There is not enough support in mono white. You must play a slower game, almost a borderline non-token strategy to allow you to even begin to conceptualize this in the command zone. You must play things like, in my opinion, after 25 games, things like Day of Judgment and Wrath of God, because you won't win the early game and you won't have any tokens to triple if you've committed all of your token generators before 6 mana. So you could cast your Ojer and then start tripling. It doesn't make any sense, right? Mondrak is a happy middle ground. It costs 4 mana. You can reasonably hold 1 or 2 of your early token generators or just cast them. So when you cast this, you can sack those things and you have a indestructible Mondrak, right? That actually pays off. There is a reason to play tokens before your commander comes in play because you can sacrifice them to make this last forever. This does not do that. So that's all I've got to say about it. I don't recommend it. I'll still upload the list, I guess, you know, for people who want to try it. But if you're missing a lot of cards in this deck, right, because some of them are a little goofy. I mean, this card itself is goofy. If you're missing this commander, just don't craft it for this deck, let me tell you. If there is a list out there that's doing better than this one, enlighten me about it, but I can't imagine they are substantially different from this. I've tried a few different ways already off my own recognizance, and I was unimpressed with everything I thought I could do. I even crafted Blade Spicer. I thought 3 mana 9/9, or I guess 10/10 would be pretty cool, but nope, nope, not good enough. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.